Yes, I've been tasked to clear out the office and came across this little gem in my old parts bin of shame. This is one of my early designs. This dates back to 2005. I think at the time I was looking at, I was trying to learn about filters and different filter designs. So I thought what I would do was create a filter that would, a passband filter actually, that would attenuate up to and after 50 Hz. My thinking at the time was that I could incorporate that into like a non-contact emergency light. His system runs off a 9-volt battery, which would make it a total wireless system. I'll show you how it works. So the whole idea was I was going to hang it near a light switch or near a socket, and obviously when so if we was to have a power cut or loss of mains, it would activate. You're probably asking, why did it end up in the bin of shame? But before that, I'll just show you a baud plot that I managed to come across from the original design. Let's look what that is on one of my old drives. So there's the filter I'm using in the system, and there's the actual baud plot. So you can actually see that it attenuates up to and after 50 Hz. It's obviously over in the UK, 50 Hz mains, you see. So yeah, and I think I've got the original finished or close to schematic here. I'll show you that. Excuse the camera. I'm actually using my phone because I couldn't be bothered to set up the camcorder for this one. So there's the actual schematic. It's close to it. It's not the finished product, I don't think. So I can see electrolytic in there, as well as some bypass caps. But I think if I can remember at the time, I need electrolytic on the base of the MPN, if I remember, going down to ground. So it's pretty unstable. So I don't know if you've noticed yet or actually figured out what the main problem is with this. It works as designed, and I was actually very proud of it at the time, but when you think about it, there is a fundamental problem which would make this pretty much useless in using emergency light. Well, the problem we got is the quiescent current, which works out at around 4 milliamps. So if you got yourself a 9-volt battery, and they're usually capacity of 800 milliamps, say, you're only going to have an emergency light fitting that that's going to work for about 5 days until you have to change the battery. So I think that's why, well, I know why, that's why it got thrown in the bin and forgotten about. I think at the time I just had enough of it. I think I did try, if I remember, to increase this resistor here, and no matter what I did, it just made the system unstable. It just seemed to have worked perfect on 2K. But I'll just give up with it in the end. But I suppose, thinking about it now, if you can imagine the MPN, this part removed, and then the LED drop down here, it would make like a non-contact voltage, a crude non-contact voltage indicator, I suppose. Yeah, but other than that, it's pretty much useless. But yeah, I got it on the computer because it's picking up the 50 Hz. I suppose if I was to unplug it, it'd probably activate. Yeah, so it works as designed, but it's just a bloody shame that it only lasts 5 days. So yeah, another useless design of mine, but I did learn quite a bit from it. I learned obviously the filter design, that's what I was looking at the time, and I also learned that emergency light fittings are not very good if they're powered from batteries that are not being charged. So yeah. Thinking about it, I did design a pluggable emergency light fitting. I'll have to drop a link in the end of this in the description so you can have a look at that. And I think it probably did come off the back of this. But yeah, there you go. It looks a bit of a mess. I think it was just concept at the time. I was, you know, it would have probably ended up on a PCB and put into a fit-in, you know. But yeah, there you have it. So then I better carry on and tidy up this mess. Look at this. Yeah, you can see why the wife's getting a bit pissed off with it, can't you? What a mess. But I always say an engineer with a clean bench is not a very good engineer, so there you go. So then, we'll end the video and catch up again some other time. See ya.